Hey everyone, it's Mona. I'm in the craft room, and today we're going to be making a clay bunny. It's going to be perfect for Easter or just any time. I have this floral wire, which was from Dollar Tree, and I have some air dry clay. I also like to use the paper clay. I don't have enough of it for this project, so I'm going with this clay. And this is a little bit of a heavier clay, but it works great too. I love this one too. So I'm taking the floral wire, and you can use like a wire hanger for this as well. I've done that too. And all I'm going to do is roughly come up with the shape of my bunny. And then I cut a piece of wire for the arms. So I'm going to fold it in half so I know that I got it about the right length. And then I'm going to twist it around the body. Alright, so I'll do it like that, and then I will take some pliers and just squish it together. Okay, and I'll squish them and they'll stay in place. But I do like to use a little bit of hot glue. As a quick little hold. It'll just help keep it in place. And I haven't decided if he's going to be a skinny bunny or a chubby bunny. I don't know. We'll just see how it all comes together. Okay, I was originally going to do newspaper, but because he's probably going to be a little shorter and thinner than I was originally thinking, I am going to use aluminum foil. And you can get a bunch of it at like Dollar Tree very inexpensively. You can get a big thing of it at Costco. But I'm going to take a piece and I'm going to just start wrapping it around here for his head. And the foil is really easy to mold and maneuver. So this is what I'm going to do, is just mold it and wrap it and mold it and wrap it. And if you have a piece that's not staying, throw a little hot glue on it to help keep it in place. And I'm going to do this on the whole bunny. Alright, there's an ear and his head, and now I'm just going to keep making my way around. Okay, I've molded everything. Here are the feet, and I have one arm that I positioned up. Remember, you have the wire, so you can position it any way you want. And I have him sitting off the edge of the table with one foot down, and he's kind of kicking the other one up, waving, and stuff like that. So remember, this foil is there to kind of give you a shape to work with. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it gives you a little substance to your wire. And now you've got your armature to be able to put the clay on. I like to use air dry clays. You can certainly do a polymer clay if you wanted to. I don't do that much with polymer clay. I do some, but I don't do that much with polymer clay. I enjoy working with the air dry clay. So get him positioned so that he's not falling over on either side. And you can even give him a little personality with his ears and bend them a little bit too. I kind of like that. And now I'm going to just start doing clay. And if the clay gets a little dry, I keep it in a plastic bag. You can always throw a little water on it to kind of soften it up a little bit. And if you want to use gloves, you can. And probably I should have taken my rings off, but I didn't. So all I'm going to do is kind of mold it a little bit and start putting it right on the bunny everywhere. And then you kind of smooth it, and if you're having a hard time getting it smooth, again, you can wet your hands a little bit, and that will help. This is what I have going so far, and I have people coming over, so I'm going to have to stop for a little while, and I'll just let them sit, and I'll just come back and continue. When I left off yesterday, this is as far as I got. Then we had some people come over, so I have this arm kind of finished. I'm going to put a little more on just to smooth everything over, and then I'm going to work on the legs and the ears, and I'm just putting it on and smoothing it. You kind of shape it as you go, and it kind of takes on a life of its own. And don't be intimidated by it at all, because it's just fun and easy, and you shouldn't worry too much about it. Here's what's going on. I have finished the front. I might add a little bit to his hand, but I couldn't finish the back because every time I tried to maneuver him around, I would, you know, squish apart. So I let this dry overnight, and now I'm going to work on the back and the legs and finish it all up, and then we'll just let it dry. But I'll come back and show you before I just let it dry. Okay, he's sitting over here. You can't see his feet right now, and I'm just going to let him sit, give him some space, and then once he's dry, we'll come back, we'll work on the face, and then we can do the fun stuff like painting and everything too. Here's our bunny all dry, and I'm going to just sand him down just a little bit to smooth out the legs a little bit. Those are a little bit lumpier, and the rest of it I'll just touch up a little bit here and there, but overall I'm pretty happy with him. I do still need to add some features to his face, but I'll do that after I do just a little bit of sanding. I sanded the Easter bunny, and I have dusted him off, and I got a little crazy with my sanding and I wasn't supporting my legs, so I broke them, but that's okay, no big deal. All I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue in there and a little more clay, and you'll never know that that happened, and we'll let that dry. Alright, his legs are all fixed up, and now they just need to dry, and I have a little glue in there, and I've got the clay over it, and I smoothed it out, so we are good to go there. Now I need to work on his face, and I have these little eyeballs, and they come in a package like this. I got it in my Hobby Lobby, and I cut off the little stems. And I'm going to try to do this looking this way. I'm going to take an eyeball. Ooh, that's hot. I'm going to take the eyeball, put a little bit of hot glue on, and place the eye. Made a little bit of a mess with the hot glue, but all that'll be covered. There he is with both his eyes, and now we got to do a little more contouring of the face. And I'm going to start with the eyes, and I have a little more clay, and I'm going to kind of just make a little, almost looks like an eyebrow. And I'm going to put that around the eyes, like this. And I have my water handy so that I can make things stick a little bit better and smooth things out. So I'm just going to take my finger, and if you have clay tools, those work great. I tend to always go back to the fingers, are the easiest to use. I'm going to do the same on the bottoms now. Now his eyes are in. So now I'm going to have to work on the rest of his mouth. And remember, just keep blending in. If you think anything's not looking quite right, blend it, blend it, blend it, and you're good to go. So now I'm going to put the nose on there. I'm going to try to make it a little bit of a triangle. And then you can use whatever you want to make the nostrils. I've got my handy skewer stick here. I'm going to just poke a couple holes in there. And you can use the skewer stick to smooth stuff out too. Okay, and then I'm going to do a couple of balls on either side of the nose there. Stick one on. And then I'll do a line for the mouth, under, and then kind of just smooth everything together. There, I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm just going to use the edge of the skewer stick and do a little bit of blending. A little bit of water on there, blend the stuff together. You can shape it a little bit. This is how he's looking so far, so now that all has to dry. And I'm just going to add some buck teeth, just a little bit, a couple of teeth sticking out, and you can always do that later too, but I think I'm going to do it right now. So there's his face. We're going to let that dry. His teeth are in, his eyes are in. I decided to add a little bit in the cheek area just because I didn't want his face to stick forward that much. So all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of the clay. Blend it in, just like I have before. So there is the one side of his face, and I'll do the other. And then we'll let it dry. The Easter Bunny is dry, and now all I'm going to do is paint him. And I'm going to paint him completely white using just acrylic paint. And I'm just going to cover him front, back, all over, being careful of the eyes. I'm going to get the teeth. I'm going to get everything. Everything is going to be white for this first coat. Probably I'll do 2 coats. Here is the Easter Bunny so far. I put a little pink on his nose, and I'm going to do the same thing on his inner ears. And then I'm going to put 3 polka dots, and I'll do it with like the end of a paintbrush on his hands, and I'll do the same on his feet, on the bottoms of his feet, and then we'll be back. It's time to finish our bunny, and what we need are some whiskers. We need 6 whiskers, and I'm going to go very long on these whiskers because I'll trim them down after. So I have the fishing line, and all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue right at the end. Then I'm going to glue it in place. And I'll do that with all 6 of them. The whiskers are on, and now I'm just going to trim them down to whatever length I want them to be. And all he needs now is a bow. I'm going to go with a blue bow because it'll bring out the blue in his eyes. And there you go. There's the Easter bunnies all done. And I hope you like them. And I hope you guys give projects a try. Don't be intimidated by trying to do something. Just have fun with it. So I hope you like them. You can put, you know, obviously a protective coat over him as well. And I hope you give something like this a try. I really do. We'll see you next time. Happy Easter. Happy crafting. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday. Wait, hello, I totally forgot. He's a bunny. He needs to have a tail. I'm looking at him thinking he is missing something. I don't know what he's missing. All I have is a pom-pom, a white pom-pom. I'm going to take some hot glue. Take whatever glue you want. Gonna plop it right there. Now he's done. Now he is complete with his fluffy little tail. And now we've got the Easter bunny.